Lawyers! John Flynn, how are you? Still adjusting. You know, sometimes the most radical thing you could do is just be yourself. You see a lot of these commercials and marketing campaigns, and it's with lawyers trying to be what other lawyers have been doing, especially the big guys, the Myers and the Smiths and Smith, and they see those commercials and they try to do the same thing with the fancy cars and fancy boats and everything. And never quite pans out because it's not sincere. So the best thing, the best medicine, the best protection you could be is to be you, right? It's to be you. If you just be you. I saw this great commercial the other day. I am even sure it was supposed to be a commercial. It was so good. The lawyer came on, and I've seen it before, and just talks about some of the things he does in the morning now, some of the morning routines, and he was just so sincere, and he was just trying to talk about his family and stuff, and that was the end of it, and that was it. Just talking about, he mentioned his firm's name, just talking about it, and that was it. And I was like, geez, that was great. I really, really liked that guy after that. I really did. I felt connected and I really liked him. So that's something, you have to do. So, sincerity, it's just, one of those things that it's like, can't be overlooked, to be you, right? Not to be afraid to be you. Society as a general has a problem being sincere. We all have to be perfect. We all have to be the Instagram picture and things like that. So it's like, have a problem to be us and who we are. We have a problem, going to a party or anything and just be warts and all. Here we are. I do a lot of, reading on the side, and I think that's important, because what that does is that, if you read, or you have a passion, or if you're into sports or something like that, anything that removes you from main society for a long period of time, makes you a stronger person, because it gets you out of the crap. The longer you get away from the mob, I always felt, because I'm an introvert, and it's like, I always felt bad because I didn't want to hang around with the mob, and the mob mentality, and, Joey didn't like, Jimmy and all this because he had better shoes and all that stuff. That was so disdained and, waste of time, so, I enjoy reading and, things like, quantum mechanics on the side, and, the Stoics and things like that, which sound awful, but it's enjoyable because it just takes you out of all that garbage. And before I got injured, I always liked different kinds of sports and stuff to get involved in. Nothing heavy, just things that would remove me from society, and that I could go and work out by myself. And again, if you do things like that, you just feel, you're not only good about yourself, but you feel removed, and it just gets your creative process going. So, I think that, we all have to obviously be social, but, I think as more things we could do, to remove ourselves, from that, in order to keep our who we are. I was watching a special TEDx on a philosophy professor, and he was talking about how consciousness was, more simple than sometimes we give it to, in the sense that in all the background information of the universe, is that the only difference is that how we perceive it. The universe has the same amount of data in it, but the difference is how each of us perceive it is the differences. So the consciousness is one, but the difference is how each of us perceive it. So interesting stuff like that. I think it gets us through. I like reading about the Stoics. And Cato, one of the great Stoics, was about to commit suicide, and before that he was still reading Plato, keeping his mind busy away from the average mundane tasks. Obviously we have our jobs to do, but I think we have to be very careful to protect our individuality because that's what gives us the strength to protect ourselves from the group think, and the more we could protect our individuality, the more we could create marketing materials and things like that shine through all the other. I mean, if we truly give out marketing materials that show our individuality, that's going to be 100% more original than anything that anybody else could put out. So I mean, you're doing something that's going to be better for you as a person, but also better mentally, for your business. So I'm always kind of like, as I get older, I get better, but I can't kind of give my opinion more than I should. But someone showed me some marketing material they were doing for a conference, and it had on the cover, this was a high end, $10,000 a pop per person, and it had two women in bathing suits on it, and I just found it, just totally inappropriate, for today's sophisticated businesswoman's market, and totally sexist and unacceptable. And I wrote that in a note back, and the person was extremely offended at my remarks, and found them to be uncalled for. And I should have kept my mouth shut, but I don't care. I mean, this is I'm kind of used to that happening to me, that people kind of getting offended by my remarks, but I that's I don't think I can stand by and not see something that egregious and not say something. I mean, that's okay, and I could walk away, and I could be like, and I think I'm at the age too. Before I was younger, I would judge, the other, that group's morality, but I kind of chalk it up to like that's their unfortunately their viewpoint on that, and that's their deal, and it's not my deal, and I express my opinion, and that's that. I can't change the world on that particular thing, but I have voiced my opinion on it. So but those kind of belief systems, I think shine out in your business, and I think that also attracts better clients for you, because you have clients that can connect with you, and they will be long-term clients because they share the same value system. And it kind of gets to that, and there's a point. Once you start just getting clients for the money, you kind of like, dodge, duck and dodge, just for the money. I don't think that's going to be more of a waste of time. I think it's easier to sit down and talk to people. I'm not saying they have to be the same political party or same anything, but I mean, I just, and I have a lot of, business associates that are not, have my viewpoints, but we respect each other. Because we have a thought process. I think that alone is unique. So anyway, that's to kind of have to be reflective is a strong suit in today's society, and don't underestimate that or feel bad about that. John Flynn.